Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker. The list is out, and starting tomorrow, it could be pretty troublesome getting in and out of DIA. We learned Denver International is indeed on the list of 40 large U.S. airports set to have air traffic be cut by 10%.
There will be additional disruptions. There will be frustration.
It's going to start getting pretty dicey here pretty quick.
The FAA is imposing the flight reductions to relieve pressure on air traffic controllers who are working without pay during this government shutdown and have been increasingly calling off of work. An aviation analytics firm estimates the cuts could affect as many as 1,800 flights, or about 268,000 passengers per day. United, Delta Airlines, and American Airlines all said that they would offer refunds to passengers who opt not to fly, even if they purchase tickets that aren't normally refundable. The FAA had already been sporadically delaying flights when airports or its other facilities were short on controllers. But this move also comes as the Trump administration is ramping up pressure on Democrats in Congress to end the shutdown. Denver International Airport has asked the Federal Aviation Administration for permission to use its own revenue to pay air traffic controllers and later be reimbursed by the federal government. In the meantime, there's a stocked food pantry to help the 1,800 federal aviation workers still on the job but going unpaid. They hope the public will help keep the shelves stocked by donating non-perishable food, toiletries, baby supplies, and pet supplies. They're also accepting monetary donations and gift cards, which can be dropped off at the airport office building.
We know that affording the everyday expenses of life and even just getting to the airport will be more and more challenging for the 1,800 or so federal workers who work at DEN. We wanted to express our gratitude for them being here, for their commitment to this airport and to our operations.
Airport officials say they plan to keep the pantry open and stocked with donations as long as the shutdown continues. $400,000 from a recent settlement will go to help Colorado's food banks and pantries. State Attorney General Phil Weiser announced this morning his office will direct the money from a recent Dollar General settlement to the Colorado Department of Human Services. The money will support food banks and pantries, as well as fund long-term improvements in refrigeration and food storage. The White House says it's abiding by a judge's order to distribute half of the normal SNAP benefits, but so far, Colorado is still working to distribute those payments. But state officials say $5 million went to food banks and pantries across Colorado last weekend, and more will be distributed on the 15th. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi will not seek re-election, ending her nearly 40-year career in politics. In a video posted to social media, the California representative reflected on her accomplishments, including her role as the first female Speaker of the House. It is unclear what's next for the 85-year-old. The Aurora City Council is changing. One of the most well-known council members, Danielle Jurinsky, lost her re-election race and conceded yesterday afternoon. The Republican finished third behind progressive challengers Rob Andrews and Allie Jackson in Tuesday night's election. She's one of two conservative incumbents to lose their seat. Councilmember-elect Rob Andrews admitted he was surprised to win against long odds and had a huge disadvantage in terms of funding and name recognition.
You know, when you're running a race, a campaign, I want to be honest, the incumbents always have the advantage, and they outraised us by a lot.
Jurinsky raised $258,000 compared to Andrews' $50,000 and Jackson's $20,000. Mayor Mike Kaufman compared the outcome to 2017, when liberals started to gain ground on city council after President Trump was first elected. We're seeing the first action since voters in Denver approved the $950 million Vibrant Denver bond package. This morning, ground was broken on a new Denver Health Center for the Sun Valley neighborhood. This new 82,500 square foot facility at 11th and Federal will replace the aging Sam Sandos Center that's been so vital to that neighborhood near Empower Field. This new center will have updated infrastructure and equipment and be larger to serve even more patients. Janelle Finch will have more on this coming up at 9 News at 4. Oh, we love to take a peek outside. It looks beautiful out there, but will it stay put for tonight's Broncos game at Empower? Joining me now, Chris Bianchi with our 9 News Weather Impact team. What does it look like during the start of the game? What would you say there, Chris?
Well, a little windy. That's the one thing we're not showing there. Obviously, you can't see it from that vantage point, but it is windy out there. I know that's the big story. Anecdotally, as a meteorologist, I get a lot of text messages, and about what's going on with the weather. I've gotten more today than in recent memory about what's going on with this wind. And those winds been gusting just really enough to be just annoying, right? You're outside, you're walking the dog, you go, oh gosh, 40, 50 mile an hour winds for us. Downtown, 36 mile an hour peak gusts for us. And the other thing to really keep in mind here, folks, is it's not only windy, but it's also dry and it is warm. So that means high fire danger. And in the foothills, that fire danger will be the highest, but that fire danger is high across all of Northeast Colorado. A classic don't be stupid day, right? When we've got high fire danger and we've got it's been very dry for the last while. Please just be smart with anything with a spark outdoors today. 60s, 70s, it's a downsloping Chinook wind, so that's warming us up into the 70s right now in Denver. And we've got off to our north and west a little bit of snow and a little bit of snow for us across our northern mountains. And how much of that snow will we see here in the mountains over the next few hours? I'll tell you and show you that full 7-day forecast in just a couple minutes.
More than 2,000 Coloradans are settling their claims with Xcel Energy over the Marshall Fire. This was first reported by Colorado Public Radio, and that's about half of the people who sued the company, saying its equipment helped spark Colorado's most destructive wildfire. Xcel and 2 telecom companies agreed to pay about $640 million, but they still deny any wrongdoing. Most of that money will come from insurance, but Xcel says it will still take a nearly $300 million hit to its earnings. Lawyers say settlements with Boulder County, Superior, and other cities should be finalized by the end of the year, but a few cases could still head to trial next year. Well, it may have taken 38 years, but Aurora police have obtained an arrest warrant in a cold murder case. The suspect is already serving time for killing another woman. 18-year-old Donna Sue Wayne disappeared in 1986. A witness reported seeing a woman screaming for help as she was forced into a green sedan. Her body was found weeks later. Investigators found fingerprints but had no match, and years later, missing fingerprints from the original case turned up. In 2013, they were matched to a man named Ricky Dean Sadoff, who had been arrested for another murder. And just this year, new DNA evidence linked him to Wayne's murder.
Relieved is the best thing that I can tell you. Nobody likes to leave a case unsolved, particularly a tragic, violent case.
And Sadoff remains in Canyon City Prison, but is now facing a new murder charge.